Greetings and welcome to Faction Masters Season 7, Game 15. For this game, we have the Sand Goblins, played by Neesh, against the Mountain Vargath, played by excile2127. And I am joined by our Exile Mountain Vargath player. Exile, welcome to the commentary video.
Thanks for having me.
So you were earlier before we started recording, you were just kind of talking about how the Vargath were one of your favorite factions. Why don't you just continue in the direction you were headed there?
Sure, yeah. So they are actually the only faction that I've really played up until I suppose the end of season 7. In season 8, I've picked up the Forged, but I started mid-October, found the Goats, and then have just played them since.
Great. So what do you consider to be some of the strengths and weaknesses versus the Sand Goblins in this matchup?
So this matchup is something that I've been practicing quite often, actually, in preparation for this match. And it's a really weird one. So normally the goats want to, uh, they're primarily a melee faction, so they want to be up in the mix with their opponents. However, sand goblins have a lot of chip damage that can reach incredibly far, and they can't do a lot of burst in a single hit all that often. But Sundervid can very easily, over a couple turns, be poked down to a range where he can't be effective anymore, and then the game becomes incredibly difficult. So in this matchup, I think it's very polarizing in that while normally you want to run at your opponent, the goats a big weakness here is that they actually kind of have to hang back. They can't just blindly rush forward at their opponents because they will get chipped, as I just mentioned. But the strength is Ramming Advance. It's a card that lets you go from very far back and not exposing much to immediately making a big play, which is going to be very prominent in this game.
All right. So when you see a hand like this full of events, what do you think? Good,
This
bad?
this opening hand hurt me.
Yeah.
Stronghold's really nice for making like strafing runs where maybe ramming advance in and then stronghold back, but seeing two of them in your opener is atrocious. Martial Forces is nice and Battle Leader is nice, but again, you don't want those turn one. Uh, I drew 4 events here, but not the event I wanted to draw. Opening Ramming Advance is very strong, especially against Zen Goblins. Just to hold on to it, but yeah, this was a tough hand to see for sure.
Okay. Well, let's get the game started, and you can tell me how it did. Looks like a pretty standard opening here, just advancing slowly.
Yeah,
Get
it's a
some
weird
nice hit
opener
there.
against Sand Goblins. I just like that normal advance unless you have Ramming Advance.
Yeah. So you built both strongholds.
Yeah, see,
Keep the
you
martial forces. Okay.
really kind of need to dig for ramming advance, and stronghold is not going to be useful unless you have it in conjunction with a forward gate or with ramming advance. So I just committed to just chucking it, and I'm glad that I did. Could have held on to one stronghold instead of one marshal,
Mm-hmm.
but drawing the second marshal was also a bit annoying.
Okay. Now your opponent here, Niche, has got the amazing thruster upgrade in the opening hand. So imagine he will put it on his 10 gate. Let's see what he does here.
Interesting burned hot initially here from him. I didn't expect him to burn hot just to block this gate. Uh, Ultimately, though, I think it's fine because the rider was chipped down to 2.
See if the gate moves. The gate does not move forward. It's just hanging back for now.
So this is what I'm kind of talking about, where normally I would want to like surge forward here, but
Mm-hmm.
instead I do the very weird turn of just dropping everything back, and leading to this like very slow little. If he has a red strat, he can poke the brute. In this case, he takes an activity.
Yeah. just what you wanted to see, right? You got your ramming advance. You got a couple martial forces,
Yep,
taking
this was
himself down to 9. I sense something is going to happen here.
ramming advance was a very good draw. But
He's
not
got
yet.
okay,
He's
not
he's
yet.
a bit too far back. Not really in position. If I had a collar, would have totally worked. So
Mhm.
instead, this is a formation I like quite often. Is Sundervid with a slinger in front of him
Hmm.
because the slinger's going to die, and I mean trading it for the scavenger is bad. But what it gives is it kind of gives you some activity, and it means that the slinger is dying, but Sundervid isn't taking chip.
Okay. Cole Sparks comes back.
Yep.
All right,
And
now
this is the turn that we
here's
decide to
here's
send.
the ramming advance. Now this theoretically, this could be the game if you get all hits.
Yeah,
With
it's
your
like a
martial
5%
forces.
chance to
5%
instantly win.
chance. Are we gonna see it? I know we've got like a longer scroll bar here, so I thought it could happen. Oh, not quite.
Last slinger whiffs, but honestly, 2 health
Okay.
Krusk is enough.
Yeah, that's ooh, he's in a tough spot now. He's got another thrust. He's got sparks,
Mhm.
but
So,
you,
yeah,
you
this was
I think you want to
an
use the
interesting
rider here
turn.
to block in the build phase, but you gotta kill all this stuff too. Your
That was why
scavenger
I
is
went
not
for
in
this
position to
play.
do it. Yeah.
There was kind of 2 options there. It's do you bide your time more to find a better ramming advance opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
or do you just send it here? And I think if I had decided to bide time, Sundervid would have actually like gone back 2 spaces, put
Hmm.
2 slingers in front of him, and we would have chipped the gate further and killed the
Yeah.
scavenger, ideally. But at that point, the gate's getting so close, he can like possibly, block both gates positions with a bug biter or a burn hot rider on the left, and then just
Yeah.
anything on the right. Krusk is coming down, the gate's like fully loaded, so I decided to just kind of send it here. One strength I think of also the play is that Sundervid gets very active, like he's at a great spot,
Mm-hmm.
while also not really being under threat due to just the pressure of having like a slinger and fighter at his back row. Like he has to deal with all the in front of him first, which means that Sundervid can just kind of exist and not be at any risk, basically.
Yeah, that's a good point. When you have this much stuff, you can't really start mounting a counteroffensive. Not when the other summoner's at 12 life. So let's see how he handles it here. Get Sparks in the build phase. Thruster upgrade on Sparks, maybe to create a line here and hope that you don't have the other ramming advance.
Yep. Also, this plays very all in. Like I basically have committed to killing Krusk because
Yeah.
I've just tanked my econ. So if he can
Yeah.
stabilize, like he wins. It's just can I kill Krusk?
But with 2 callers, it seems like could
Yep.
maybe get
Two
somebody back there.
collars, 2 collars and martial forces is what does it here.
Yeah. Going all the way back.
Now we are gonna get if I do miss this 2 out of 2 with the collar. It's the only
Yeah.
thing I could get is to hit the 2 out of 2. I could, kill 2 scavengers and still again have a very active
Yeah.
position. But it definitely wasn't looking as favored if I like roll 1 out of 2 here.
Yeah.
Um, I, the only way he could have stopped this play if he hadn't thrustered back with Sparks, but I understand the reason why is that if Sparks is there, he's like the only thing that Sparks thrustering back doesn't defend against is exactly what I had, being 2 glory
To have two
collars
callers. Yeah.
and a martial forces, the second
Yeah.
martial forces as
That's
well.
that's true. I think he was thinking about another ramming advance,
Yep.
which is what if Sparks had been right here, then that's the ramming advance would get you. And
And if Sparks is
this
one
seems
up,
like a
then also
reasonable. Yeah.
I can run up, hit him, and just like kind of get value that way. So like this is a very, I think, like intuitive like play to thrust your Sparks back to this position because it's like, oh yeah, he can't get me. There's a big gate blocking in one way, Sparks blocking in the other. He'd have to get something in between,
Hmm.
which unfortunately was the
Which is
hand that I
exactly
drew.
what you had.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the win.
Yeah,
Short
thank
and
you.
sweet. I think you might have had some opportunity. Well, at this point, there might have been some opportunity to keep fighting the economic fight, just because when your summoner is low health, you can't afford to be, let's say, as efficient in terms of the value. But at this point, once you're this far in with both of your fallbacks or both of your strongholds in the discard pile, you're committed for sure.
Yeah, it's a very it's a very committal play. At least the thruster is on Sparks and not and not Krusk here. So like
Yeah.
Krusk can't go that far. And again, like if the both scavengers die, Krusk is at one, he has to again like he can maybe hit Sunday once,
Yeah.
right? But like
Yeah.
he's not gonna really be able to like he has to kill both of these callers, right? And also there's the second ramming advance coming. There's more glory callers coming.
Yeah.
There's still definitely like fight on both sides left here, I think, had I not gotten the 2 out of 2. Uh, I think I rolled a total of what was that? 10 out of 11? No, 10 out of 12
Yeah.
on Krusk there. So pretty hot rolls,
Yeah.
which is how it shakes out sometimes.
Yeah. Well, when you got the chance 2 for 2, I don't know the odds just off the top of my head, but they're
I think
pretty
it's like
good.
79%,
79.
which
That
is a
sounds
pretty
about
pretty
right.
good odds to win the
Yeah.
game. And again, position similar where it's like is Sunderman's active. He's gonna go to the lowest at like 8, and it's gonna be really hard for Krusk to like. I'm not sure what hand he had here. I'm curious, actually. Uh, yeah,
Just
like
more
he
gates,
actually
a
had
rider, a
two
range rider.
gates. Yeah,
He had some gates
he
to
could surround Krusk. He
yeah.
could surround Krusk, and with no martial forces, it could actually get quite difficult to continue the aggression with that hand. So, yeah, very lucky that I managed to hit the 71%.
Right, worth the attempt, in my opinion.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
that opportunity, you take it. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming on to break it down for us, and we look forward to seeing you in future rounds of the tournament.
Yeah, hopefully I'm here for the next one.
All right. And thanks again to all our viewers also. We will see you next time for more Faction Masters.